Welcome, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me here on this YouTube presentation. This is Father Marcus from the Costa Blanca Anglican Chaplaincy. Delighted that we're spending a little bit more time together today. I'm going to do a short presentation on the gift of faith. I don't know whether or not you've got faith, and if you have, how you'd try and define it. There was that teacher who was with a class of children, and the teacher said to the children, "Can anybody define what faith is?" And this little boy put his hand up and he said, "Faith is the ability to be able to say that you believe in something that you know isn't true." Oh, what a great answer. Of course, that's not what faith is, but it's what people perhaps think it is. Sometimes people think faith is just a blind faith, accepting things that are not true or beyond us. Well, faith isn't that. I'll tell you what faith is. Faith is the ability to see God at work in something, the grace of God at work in something. Faith is the ability to accept that things are mysterious and that some things are beyond us. But most of all, faith is the ability to accept that what Jesus teaches us is worth hearing and worth listening to. Tomorrow, if you're able to come to church, one of the things that you will hear is a story of the feeding of the 5,000. It's in different Gospels. We've got one tomorrow. And in the story, Jesus is gathered together a whole group of people. He's gone out into the wilderness and people have come to listen to him. And it gets to the end of the day and the disciple says, "Tell the people to go home because they'll be exhausted and hungry by now and they haven't had anything to eat." And Jesus says to his disciples, "Hey, they haven't got to go home, you can feed them." And they say, "Well, we can't because all we got is 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And Jesus gets them to get the people to sit down. And they sit down and Jesus takes the bread and blesses it and breaks it and shares it and does the same with the fish. And 5,000 people are fed in that incredible moment. Now, people have always questioned what this miracle is all about. Is it a miracle of multiplication, where somehow God multiplies these numbers of loaves and fishes so that they take 2 loaves out of the basket and there's 2 more, and they take 2 loaves out of 2 more, and the same with the fish? And that's what it reads like, and many people believe God intervened in a miraculous way with this ability of multiplication of the loaves and fishes. Other people think, why would it be that crowds and crowds and crowds of people came to Jesus, but no one thought to bring anything to eat, apart from one person who had 5 loaves and 2 fishes? And maybe what Jesus was doing was encouraging those who had some food, a picnic, to share with those who hadn't. In both cases, transformation has taken place. Now, faith is about being able to see that God is somehow at work in that story. Whether it's multiplication, whether it's people sharing what they've got, in a sense, doesn't matter. Faith is that ability to see that somehow God is at work. God is doing something that brings about change for the good. Now, faith is something that people perceive that other people have in more abundance than they do. Lots of people say, "Oh, I wish I had your faith," or "I wish I had faith to believe, but I can't." And sometimes people misunderstand what the opposite of faith is. See, people think, "I can't have faith because I doubt." I doubt some of those stories in the Bible. Did Jesus really walk across the top of the water? Or did he not? Was it something else? And then when people start questioning, they then think, well, if I can't believe that, then I can't be a follower of this because I don't accept the whole story. But that's not about faith. Faith and doubt go together very well. And one of the great things about faith is that it makes us question. And it makes us try and see, what is God trying to tell me in this story? No, the opposite of faith is not doubt. The opposite of faith is certainty. If we know something for sure, then it's not faith, it's knowledge. If we know something, we can prove something, then that's not faith. Faith is this ability that is a gift to us that comes from God. It's also one of the fruits of the Spirit. If we live by the Spirit, we experience this great joy, which is faith. So here's the thing. What I don't want us to do is throw away the option of faith because we've got questions. Throw away the option of being part of a faith community because we've got different opinions from other people about how things are. You see, faith is not so much about trying to grasp the mystery of the miraculous. Faith is much more about trusting that what Jesus teaches us is true and is worth listening to, and that we're going to endeavour to try and live up to it. If you look at the scriptures, there's lots of stories of the miraculous, and I think their job is to point to the divine nature of Jesus in order that we listen to what he says. He teaches us about so many beautiful things, about love, about peace, about justice, about forgiveness, about reconciliation, about caring for other people, about caring for the whole of creation, about sharing what we have, about not judging others, about accepting that we are made as unique human beings in the same way that God is unique and we have something divine about us, about the fact that we are all invited into this great kingdom of heaven. The good news of Jesus Christ is that he has done away with the things that divide us, the things that separate us, and we are all equally loved and equally valued by him. And faith is the ability to see that God is at work in that sense of glory, that sense of creativity, that sense of equality, and that sense of invitation. So don't give up on it because you struggle with some of the detail of the story. Don't think you haven't got faith just because you can't accept some things that are mysterious. But allow your faith, because you have got it and it is a gift that has been given to you, allow your faith to see that God is at work, both in your life and in mine. So bless you, bless you, bless you. Until next time, bye.